Hello. Welcome to stream. We should be live, hopefully. Coming back around to Stray Gods. Because, fuck, I gotta finish this. I'm too curious, too excited, too ready to go, too much ready to play. I think I'm just gonna jump right into it, I feel. Ah! Hi, Almy. Alright, continue Act 2. Gonna jump right in. Okay, day 2. As a require, all go talk to Persephone. I'm gonna talk to Persephone. Go. Let's hope the audio for the sound is
Oh, back already, are you? It's just as well. I've asked around, called in some favors, just enough to get an idea of what all the idols are currently up to. Much as I'm loath to admit it, I'm back to thinking Pan may be our prime suspect after all.
Hey, Persephone. Nice to see you, too.
Oh, I'm sorry, are we girlfriends now? Did you come here for a social call over mimosas?
It's not what I was expecting.
I wouldn't turn down a mimosa.
Oh, well, by all means, put your feet up. Hey, let me get you a cushion. It's your life on the line, not mine. While waiting for your drink, perhaps we can return to the subject of Pan.
Fucking hell, okay.
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
I did. It doesn't seem like his style. Pan has always preferred scheming over direct confrontation.
Okay.
But the thing is, how did he know about you so quickly? What does he hope to gain by sticking his nose in?
Yeah.
A favor or two, I guess.
Half the idols owe him a favor or two. No, he's up to something else. Until I know what it is, I can't discount the possibility that he's involved in all this.
I actually went to see Pan at Olympus. I guess that wasn't such a great idea?
It depends. What did he want this time?
He asked me to repay the favor I owe him by helping someone at a place called the Reliquary.
A reliquary. Interesting. I wonder what his angle is.
Do you think it's a good idea? If Pan is our best suspect, couldn't he be sending me into a trap?
Possibly, but Hecate runs the reliquary, and I doubt she'd countenance any of his schemes.
Okay.
My suggestion? Do as he asks. At the very least, Hecate might prove to be of help to you, if it's written in her bloody book.
Her book?
You'll see.
Right, okay.
I want to send you to a party, Grace, one Aphrodite is holding.
Oh, no.
She and Eros know Pan perhaps better than anyone. If you go, it'll give you a chance to find out what he's really up to.
Okay, that... Well, I know the answer to why a party.
You know Aphrodite better than I do. Can't you talk to her?
She and I don't get along.
That makes sense.
Like how you and Apollo don't get along?
Even more intensely than that.
Okay.
I once said some things about her husband. They were true, but unwelcome.
Yeah.
Suffice it to say, if I showed up at Aphrodite's party, revealing Pan's secrets would be the last thing on her mind.
Shit, okay.
Why a party? Couldn't I just go wherever she lives and ask her?
You could, but if you go to this party, she'll be grateful. She holds it from time to time and always asked Calliope to attend, but Calliope never would. You can put two and two together. A grateful Aphrodite might be willing to tell you what Pan is really up to.
One wild party with a goddess of love coming up.
It's less of a wild party and more of a somber affair.
You mean like a cocktail party?
Let me put it this way. Apollo will likely be there.
Gotcha. Expectations of fun downgraded considerably. I'll let you know what I find.
Okay, interesting. I'm thinking about going to doing Pan's shit first, and then go to the Aphrodite's party. I mean, what are your thoughts? Yeah, that's what my thoughts are, but you know the game better than I do, and I'm gonna ask you Cause that's interesting. Cause I still don't think Pan did it, but he could have had something to do with it. Yeah, I did try to forget about talking to Apollo. I probably should do that. He did have a big blowout, so I might. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for reminding me. But then afterwards, where should I go? But I feel like it's still important to sort out that favor, and also, like, investigate. I don't know. That feels important to go to. I'm curious about their book, and Persephone still said I should go to it. So.
Grace.
Yeah, told you she'd be back.
What are you doing here? When you stayed with Persephone, I thought that... Well, I didn't expect to see you again.
Genuinely, I wanted to check.
I thought I'd check in on you. The way you left, well, it was quite the scene.
Ah, yes. That. I want to apologize for my outburst. Being around my family brings out the worst in me, I'm afraid. It's why I avoid them whenever possible, and why I should have resisted getting dragged into all this.
Because I'm not on his side anymore. I'm not, you know, all this, or sorry about that, might be the right answers for me here. Both are important, but the party is a bigger thing. Yes, but if I do the place first and then go to the party, is that going to affect the party in any way? Well, because I know, again, choose your own adventure, blah, da, da, da. I'm going to do it like that. I just don't want to fuck up. Because I really like Persephone. I think she's good. I don't want to... I gotta die at the end of the week if I don't fucking solve this.
What do you mean, all this? Saving my life? Helping find your friend's murderer?
When we met, I said I would just make things worse. And I was right.
I don't think
You
did.
haven't. Even if you had, isn't now the time to fix it?
Goodbye, Grace. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Fuck. That's it. Damn. Well, at the very least, like, he doesn't seem like he's doing great, but he's doing okay, you know? Alright. I'm gonna go to the Welliquy. That's where I need to go next, I feel. Oh! Shit! Hi!
When I opened that shipping container, I was expecting, I don't know, rats.
Yeah.
I was expecting Freddy
Instead
here.
we have... Where the hell are we?
I like that
It's
we
hard
got
to
Freddy
say.
here.
Weren't we going to some kind of library?
Okay. Sorry, my streaming stuff froze up on my other monitor. That was strange to watch.
That's how Pan described it. He said it was a, what's the word? A reliquary?
That is where relics are kept, like magic items, like when we played D&D.
This is nothing like D&D.
Well, I don't know about you, Grace, but if a dragon came flying out of that mist, I would not be the least bit surprised.
Are we gonna meet a dragon?
You are such a nerd.
Speaking of, how much do you actually know about Hecate and this idol you're supposed to help?
Do you know anything about this Hecate? It's not a name that rings bells.
Let's see. Well, she was the goddess of witchcraft, the really dark kind.
Oh.
But she's never really portrayed as evil. She was more of an outsider, lived alone, off in her little corner of the underworld. Do you think that's where we could be? Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I bet knowledge is important to her. It could be an angle if you talk to her.
So it wasn't freezing on my end. That's good to know. Okay. Yeah, yeah, you're
I'm
amazing.
so glad I brought you, Freddy. I wouldn't know the first thing about any of this.
Nah. Well, I hope it's actually helpful to tell you these things.
Why wouldn't it be?
Because it could all be wrong. I would have never pegged Apollo for a surfer dude with confidence issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. The idol we're here to help is named Asterion.
And you know who that is, right?
No.
No.
Should I?
That's the Minotaur's real name. You know, big bullhead, horns, lives in a giant labyrinth.
Pan did not mention that.
Fuck yeah, we get
Why
to
am I
meet
not
the.
surprised?
Yeah, that makes sense.
This Minotaur. You don't think he might be dangerous,
He's not gonna be
do you?
dangerous. He's gonna be
Well,
lovely.
traditionally he eats people, but he was also supposed to have been slain by the hero Theseus.
Well, not so slain after all. Pan says he has a problem with his love life.
Maybe he needs to stop eating all his girlfriends?
We don't know that.
Okay, I knew that sounded wrong the moment I said it.
Yeah,
We should go inside instead of standing out here in the fog.
It's more of a mist, really.
A mist potentially full of monsters.
In we go, then. Are you really planning on doing that favor for Pan?
Meddle in love lives? Sweet Talk, the goddess of witchcraft? Freddy, who are you dealing with?
The master meddler and sweet talker.
fuck
Damn
yeah.
straight.
I look
Fuck
forward to
yeah.
seeing you in operation. There's no way at all this could go poorly.
Well, don't say it like that. Oh my god. Whoa. Tall.
I guess the Titan thing is literal, huh?
Mortals within the reliquary. Who permits this intrusion, this sacrilege? This knowledge is not meant for the likes of you. I shall grind you into the dust from whence you came.
I am really sorry if we startled you. My name is Grace. We've never met before, but, I'm the new muse.
And I'm Freddy. Big fan.
If I broke a rule, I apologize. Pan didn't mention anything about that, I'm afraid.
You are Grace?
Very good at everything. Facial expressions.
Then Calliope is dead. Is that now? I thought that was not for another 11 months yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's now. Or very recently, anyway. I guess you don't get much news here in wherever this is.
It is between places, crafted by my own hand from the ether. Here
Fun.
in the books are written all things, past, present, and things that are yet to occur. Yes, it's right here. Calliope joins Grace's band. They become friends. Months later, there is an automobile accident, and
An accident? No, that's not what happened.
are you saying the books are wrong?
They're wrong about this. Calliope was murdered just a few days ago.
That is impossible.
Interesting.
I don't know what to tell you.
Interesting.
You will explain. We will both sit and you will explain. There will be tea.
I like you a lot. You're fun.
Curious. It is clear something unanticipated has occurred. Something outside the realm of fate.
Is that even possible?
It is, but I must follow the threads back to their source to find the origin of the deviation. It may take years of research.
Years? I don't have years.
That is unfortunate. If there is nothing else, I must ask you both to leave so I may begin at once.
Yeah.
Actually, I came here to speak to Asterion. If, he is here.
A visitor for Asterion. How
I think it is for the
strange.
Tism people. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Oh,
Fun.
are we doing guests? Is that a thing? I didn't know.
Wow, okay. Freddy was right.
As if there was any doubt.
My old friend, this is Grace. She is our muse from the line of Calliope, and it is she who asked for you.
Oh, music's about to talk.
Hi there. Can we talk? Somewhere in private?
Talk? What, you and me? Why? What about?
You know, about a delicate matter that maybe you needed help with?
Phrasing. Phrasing.
Oh, nope. No. I have no idea what you're talking about. No delegates here.
There you have it, Grace. I believe now is the time when you leave.
But there must be some mistake.
There is no mistake. Not this time.
Are you sure about that? Because I'm not going.
Oh, shit.
It is written.
Did you hear that? Pan sends me all this way and Asterion won't even talk to us?
Maybe there's another Asterion?
Yeah, more likely Pan's got me chasing my tail. This was
I
pointless.
don't think it's pointless.
Well, I don't think we're getting back inside. Do you have another plan?
I think using powers is the good way to do it. Because sneaking in sounds fucking dangerous. Back to Pan, not great either. So
I don't know if my powers will even work on Hecate, but it's worth a shot.
Ooh, a musical number. Do you think this one could be... do you hear what I'm hearing?
He's
Thank
still
God.
here. I had to run the entire... that's a long way, innit? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to send you away, alright? I just couldn't tell you, not in front of Kate.
that's why we're talking to someone private.
Why couldn't you... Wait. Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Oh, this is so great. I love this.
I heard what you said about Calliope. I can help you. I really, really can. It has to be you. I am so in love with my dear sweet Kate. I just don't know how to tell her. Please, help me tell her.
Let me get this straight. You're in love with Hecate. That Hecate.
Oh, mate, Kate is... She's just the best. Like, she knows everything and she always smells so good. Like, she's so nice to me and she doesn't even have to be. And we got stuck in the tower together because we can't live in the mortal world. I know I could make her happy. Well, I want to try. Oh, won't you help me?
Do you really
Okay.
call Hecate Kate? Off topic, I know, but I have to ask.
Well, sometimes she has to go into the mortal world for a short time and do things for Athena.
Uh-huh. And...
Well, she had to make up a magic disguise, you know, a new identity. And I thought she should give it a proper name.
And you suggested Kate?
Yeah, she really liked it. She said, "Thank you, Asterion."
Are you really the Minotaur? Like, the monster who roamed a maze and ate people?
And is supposed to be dead?
Well, my father locked me up in a labyrinth, but I never ate anyone.
Oh, well, that's good.
Except Theseus. But he was a bellend.
Have you tried, I don't know, talking to her about how you feel? I take that as a no.
I don't have the words. I've tried. Every time I end up knocking over a table or killing a cat or
Fuck.
talking about how sometimes meat has that grisly texture I don't like.
You killed her cat? Oh, no.
It was a small cat. I panicked. I'm just not good at words.
Fucking
I'm really
hell.
not good.
Okay, so you're in love with Hecate. What is it you think I can do?
A muse knows about poetry and the heart and how to make words beautiful. All I want is to ask her, but I need good words. You know, please say you'll help me.
Hecate might say no. You know that, right?
Well, she probably will. I mean, she's Kate. And I'm me. But just once, I'd like to be able to ask her, you know, to say it out loud instead of thinking it. I'll still help you. No matter what she says. I promise.
Okay. I wish I didn't have to ask these. Cause
I do this and you'll help me in return, right?
Athena made Kate swear she's not allowed to say anything about what happens at the tower. But she never made me swear.
Whoa, clever.
Maybe she never thought anyone would ask. But I'll tell you. Even if Kate doesn't like it, I'll tell you.
If I do this first.
If you help me, any trouble will be worth it.
Okay. Yeah. I have an idea.
You do?
Let's go. Let's have some fun.
You do?
You, my bullish friend, are gonna sing your little heart out.
Fuck.
Grace always has the best ideas.
Yeah.
I'll set up a vibe and you go for it.
I'm not great at words. I'm more of a dancer.
Just speak from the heart. Be honest. You can do it.
We can do a kid song. We can do a kid song.
You cast a spell on me. Not literally, obviously.
Interesting.
But I feel in summary, you and me are meant to be.
Fucking hell.
'Cause you put a hex on me. You didn't do it to me directly. I'm not blaming you specifically, just that metaphorically. Shit, can someone help me?
It's okay. Okay, what are some of the things you love about her?
Hecate, with you there's so much to love. Oh, I'm not saying you're fat.
Oh, fuck.
Just say that. Tell her something she doesn't know about herself.
Okay,
Jesus.
to me, you know you in rapture
Ooh, good word.
is your pallid skin. Your lips are so thin. Your love of books.
Asterian, I have but one thought. Why is it that you seem so distraught? Are you saying you're in love with me? You couldn't possibly. Really?
You're doing great. Give it another go.
You've cast a spell on me.
This is
It's
an
a
interesting
feeling
song.
that's killing me. But let's say categorically, oh Katie, it's just you and me.
Fuck it, because we're helping out the guy.
Katie, yeah, that's what I've always called you. It sounds juvenile, but that name makes me smile. I've always wanted to tell you.
That's a nice line. I think that actually is good.
Anyways, as friends, I'm only a fraction of what I can be. I mean, I'll still make you tea.
What did I say?
but
Fuck, I don't know.
want more.
I was like, I think that's better the option I
Is
picked.
this what you truly wish to do? This love could easily fall through.
Whoa.
Imagine if we ceased to be. It's a possibility. Don't you see?
Oh god, he's looking pretty bad.
Hecate, it could be this spell on me. has blinded my eyes from what you can see.
It's interesting to
There's
see
even the
the
smallest
magic work and be like,
possibility
cool,
of
not everyone's a
losing
great
you
singer.
somehow. I'll take it back now. I'm finished. Could someone please rescue me?
Freddy, you gotta step in.
Me?
Yeah, you're just as qualified as I am.
Hecate, I'd say he's really put himself out there.
This is fun.
No, he cannot undo. It's a brave thing to do. Wish I had his daring.
Oh, do you now?
Saying that I've missed out before.
Oh.
Last chances rushed out that
Ooh.
exit door. Could
Mmm.
never let my heart be heard. And it's withering. Now I'm reconsidering.
I have always counted on you to speak to me honestly. You're at my beck and call. I've never thanked you at all, and yet you still love me.
Oh, the room changed.
I let travelers know which way to go, but it bothers me. My own path I
So
forgo.
that looks like the Beauty and the
always
Beast,
seemed
yeah.
apropos.
Okay.
Yet
Yep.
where has this led me?
Maybe one step across the line will weave its own spell in given time.
The thought with which I must contend is, can I love my best friend?
Yes. Just decide.
I cannot do this, Asterion. The pain you feel now is nothing compared to what would come.
I can
The
take you
pain
to the
I
side.
feel now. Kate, it's killing me.
I can take it away. You need only say the word.
Do it.
Wait.
I have to do this, Grace. I want this.
I call on the heralds of an ancient darkness
I feel this is Hecate's decision to the side.
to
Fucking A.
guide this sweet creature off this treacherous road. In all of creation, love is most leaden. I beg of the cosmos to lighten his load. For he may love, but will not be in love.
Interesting.
For he may
Your love was never a lie. It is simply no longer true.
Huh.
And I know, in my heart, I am rescuing you. The arrow of Eros I forced to undo. I put a spell on you.
You know, pick that option. That's fair. I just felt in the idea of, you know, a love song for the other one, the other person should also pick a thing. I needed to know what she felt in that.
It worked.
I wasn't expecting...
I don't love you anymore. Well, no offense, Kate. I still like you and all, but
Once a month, I shall place a glamour so that mortals will see you simply as a man. You may go out into their realm and look for the love you so desire.
I am. Thank you, Kate. It's not what I wanted, but it's more than I deserve.
Ah.
If I had known you felt so, dear friend, I would have offered it long ago. As for you, Grace, I thank you for arranging this diversion, however it came to pass.
Didn't you know this was gonna happen ahead of time?
Yes, but it was also written that I would be surprised by Asterian's revelation. So I was. Those are the rules.
That is seriously weird.
Huh.
It was also... oh, what is the word? Fun? Rarely does revelry find its way into the reliquary.
I'm glad you had fun.
No hard feelings, I hope, about me using my powers.
You helped Asterion speak his feelings, and I to speak mine. It was a kind thing, even if it did not end as Asterion originally hoped.
do I get to decide what I look like when I go to the mortal world?
Within reason and appropriate to your mass.
So I gotta be big. Okay, alright, yeah, I can work with this.
Commissarian, there is much to be done. I will need my
there were
pens,
little
a
hands
sample of
for
blood,
that
and you will
thing.
need to dig up my cat.
In that picture before.
Hey, wait for me outside, yeah?
Oh yeah, fuck, we've got to get information from him. I completely forgot. Fucking A.
How long are we supposed to wait? It's been over
Yay,
an hour.
achievement.
I'm sure it's fine, Grace. I doubt the Minotaur would break his promise. See? What'd I tell you?
Whew.
Also when she...
You still here?
She's very happy.
I'm sorry.
Huh.
Kate had a lot to say.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, I'll bet she did.
Yeah, well, Kate wants us to talk about our feelings more. And there, of course, was
T.
T.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
right.
Fair enough.
So, I suppose you want to know how Calliope broke into the reliquary that night.
She did what?
No, we didn't know anything about that. Do you mean the night she died?
Huh.
Oh, well, I thought you already knew. Yeah, the night Calliope died, she broke in somehow.
Huh.
Thing is, we know she didn't take anything or even touch anything. I just remember the alarms, and I chased after her.
You chased Calliope, but did you ever catch up with her?
No. If I'd have caught her, I'd have brought her back and Kate would have gotten answers out of her. All I know is that she was hurt, bleeding bad, but I don't know why.
Huh.
I wanted to help her, but she got
Okay.
away in the fog. Then I ran into Medusa.
Wait, what? Medusa?
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, she's not normally here. I think maybe she was chasing after Calliope too.
I want to... What? Medusa? Medusa? That's
What
fun.
was Medusa doing
I'm curious to
here?
see how this game handles
She
that.
was chasing after Calliope too, I think, but she wouldn't say why. I asked. She never got into the reliquary though. She was just out here in the fog.
I mean,
Couldn't Medusa have broken in like Calliope did?
Yeah, but I chased Calliope from the reliquary. If Medusa had been there, I would have seen her.
okay.
How could Calliope have been wounded?
Well, no,
It
we...
couldn't have been Medusa, like I said. She never got close.
Huh.
But Calliope was wounded inside the reliquary?
That's where the blood was. We don't have anything that would attack anyone, though.
So someone else. But they did it inside the reliquary.
If so, they vanished after.
How do you know,
I know
Calliope
these
didn't
questions.
touch
I
or
don't
take
need it,
anything?
but I can
Kate
only do them.
knows everything in the reliquary, right down to the last book. She's been looking, but she can't figure if anything was touched. It makes her so mad not to know. And it made Athena pretty mad too.
Huh.
Athena got involved?
Yeah, when Kate finally told her, Athena wants Kate to keep investigating, but it doesn't look good.
Athena knows what
Okay.
happened here the night Calliope died?
Yeah, Kate told her a day or so later, I think. We didn't know Calliope died that night, though.
What? Athena didn't mention it?
Nope. Not that that's weird. She's, well, she's not the chatty type, you know? She came in all quiet and cool, wanted to know who was here that night and what Calliope might have wanted. She swore Kate to silence. Not me, though. Guess she's not as smart as Kate.
Huh.
Did you say the reliquary has alarms? Like burglar alarms, cameras?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It just has a lot of protections. You know, magic.
I don't know magic, actually.
Oh, well, it's just meant to keep the dangerous stuff from being touched. It was set
Okay.
off, so something happened in the reliquary. We just, don't know what exactly.
Those alarms don't go off if someone breaks into the reliquary? They don't detect intruders?
Well, normally nobody does that.
Calliope did. Someone else could have.
Yeah, but the alarms are just to protect all the books and relics. That's it. Whatever Calliope did here, it was enough to set off the alarms. That's all I know.
Interesting.
What relics are there? Maybe Calliope was looking for one but couldn't find it before.
Yeah, that I'm not supposed to say.
Do you have the Golden Fleece, the Shield of Zeus, the Sword of Damocles? Is it suspended?
You know a lot about that stuff for a mortal.
So it's all real?
I can neither confirm nor deny any of that. All I know is that nothing got used and nothing got taken.
This means Calliope came here the night she died. This is where she was attacked.
Well,
But
we
we
don't
don't
know
know
if
by
sh-
whom.
just where she
We know
was attacked.
Medusa was here. She might even have been involved.
Well, she's super scary, but you know she works for Athena, right? I thought maybe that's why she was here, but Athena said she didn't know about it.
That does seem suspicious.
If that's all you need, then I have to go. Kate will be so mad if she finds me gone. Good luck, Muse.
You
Interesting.
okay there, friendo?
Fun.
I'm just thinking about Calliope. What happened to her here? Whatever she was trying to do, she probably didn't succeed.
Interesting.
She
that
ran
was-
from here, dying, maybe straight to our apartment.
Because you were her last hope.
Yeah. What if she hadn't made it? She must have known.
Huh.
One thing at a time, Grace. You'll figure it out. I know you will.
I guess so. Next thing is to go back to Pan. Tell him his favor is done.
What an adventure.
Sorry?
You're just lucky, Grace. Luckier than you think. You go do what you have to, and I'll meet you back at the apartment, okay?
Freddy is me right now. Greek mythology nerd. I have to keep clicking on Streamlabs
Pan.
to actually make sure I could see the
I
comments.
hope you're
This is
here, because I
fucked.
don't know where else to look for you.
It's so warm. It's probably why my computer's
Of course
stressing a
I'm
bit.
here, Grace. Where else would
Well.
I be but amongst the trees and the wild things?
You will be amongst the wild things.
I really must thank you, by the by. Asterion is simply over the moon, and he's already repaid me with this select tome from the reliquary.
Fucking A.
That's why you did all this? Because you wanted some book?
Oh, that's what
Not just some book, but a tome from the forbidden depths.
I doubt Hecate would be pleased.
Oh, most assuredly not. Neither would Athena, which makes it all the more delicious. I trust you got what you needed. More grist for the mill of your innocence, as it were.
It's quite the coincidence. The place you sent me just happens to be the place Calliope was attacked.
That is quite the coincidence. You must be very grateful.
It's just hard to trust a coincidence that big.
You have no reason to be suspicious. I know nothing of what happened to Calliope at the reliquary. I suppose the question at the heart of this is, do you believe me?
Give me a reason to believe you, Pan.
You want the ever-elusive proof. If I had that to offer, do you think I would hesitate to share it? Alas, it is my burden to be forever condemned by my idle brethren. I've become accustomed to it. Truly. I've never lied to you, Grace, and I never shall. If you're looking for innocence, however, well, I'm afraid that's one thing I cannot provide.
And if I can't accept that? If I find out you're somehow involved in this?
You'll do what you do, and I'll do what I do, and we'll see where that takes us.
I like that.
That's my cue to go, isn't it?
If you must. There are always alternatives, you know. You could live the high life, Grace. Throw caution to the wind. Embrace what you can before you...
Before I die?
Yeah.
You don't have any hope for me, do you? You're just taking what you can get before it's over.
That's why I only have one.
You'll want to
deal.
find Medusa, I suppose.
She was at the reliquary, but you already knew that.
You'll find Medusa at a dingy little club appropriately named the Viper's Nest. Give her my regards. But Do be careful if you call on her, Grace. Medusa is a hideous monster and should be treated as such.
Okay. I'm intrigued. I don't know if that's... Oh, fuck it. Why is that other thing of talking to Freddy? I think I'm going to hold off for talking to Freddy. Talk to Persephone a bit after. Aphrodite's party is the next place I want to go to. Medusa's lair can be sorted out in a bit. And day 3. I think Aphrodite's party is the next place I want to go. Then I can talk to Persephone. Then I can talk to Freddy. Then I can go to Medusa's lair. That's my thought process. Oh, right, yeah, because that's the tower. No wonder, yeah. Ah, shit, you again. At least I made peace with you beforehand.
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check.
Check. Nice.
Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
But
Grace? You're here.
Yeah, I'm invited, aren't I?
I'm just surprised you even knew it was happening.
Persephone said I should come to this. Whatever this is.
Persephone didn't tell you? Why am I not surprised?
I came to see you, Apollo, and I don't recall you mentioning it. Persephone said it could help.
You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu recollections that aren't your own?
Oh, shit.
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil.
Ah.
In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
Huh.
Seems like the sort of thing you should tell a new idol.
New idols are usually chosen. You would know about this already, except...
Except Calliope was murdered.
Well, remember how old we all are. There are so many memories. So the veil lifts gradually to protect you. Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them.
Oh,
and all who came before them.
That sounds terrible.
You're saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace. Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
And I didn't choose this.
I understand.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
Maybe. Oh!
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
She doesn't have any other options? Therapy, pills, social media?
If you think she hasn't tried all those things, perhaps you could ask her about them.
It just seems extreme, doesn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is. It is, however, an extreme situation. For idols, our memories can become a prison. This is how Aphrodite chooses to escape.
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually, you will remember what we experienced during the war. And eventually, you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
I would have just
This
moved
is
on,
her
but
fourth, I think, perhaps fifth.
like.
So every time the
there's
veil,
usually
whatever you
enough
call it,
new information.
when it starts to lift,
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past. Well, she still remembers it.
Huh.
Wait. Persephone said Calliope always refused to come to these parties.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle.
Huh.
She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder.
That's a bit much.
Was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
Okay.
Okay, so what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What does she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
What the fuck am I mingling with?
Mingling.
Yeah, mingling.
Hello?
Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
Talk to Eros. You're fun. I like to chat to you.
Grace.
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Aww.
Oh.
That looks like a really
Okay.
nice hug.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much you have no idea.
No, there's a reason Aphrodite should try harder. Yes, Eros.
Are you okay? You seem a bit...
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works.
Huh.
Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
Hey, I understand. This can't be easy.
She's the one who is suffering. I shouldn't be complaining.
Yeah, but you're also
just
suffering because of her
Hate
suffering.
this. I'm there every day, going through it all with her. The nightmares, the panic attacks, the weeks when she just won't get out of bed. I'm there when she forgets the war's over, and I hold her until the screaming stops. Me. I do that.
You just want to stop.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, fuck, fair enough.
And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of.
Okay, at
But
least
for a
that's
while,
something.
she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different.
Fuck.
Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
No, it's okay. I wouldn't usually talk about it, but I know you don't mean any harm. What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy. And he told them about the idols.
Ah, fuck.
Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh.
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
She didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
I've heard of it, but I
No.
don't know the person.
Should I?
God of smiths. He could make anything, any tool or weapon. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
Ooh, shit.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Fucking hell.
Maybe I just don't understand, but... Isn't this... like, suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide. They let themselves die without passing on their eidolon.
What happens?
What you'd expect. They're gone. Forever.
Jesus.
Mother says she can't do that. She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again, I suspect. Not that what's happening here is anything casual. She still has to die. For a while.
Okay, so before I continue, because there's a lot of stuff I need to talk about that my brain's just slipped by. Aphrodite episode, one-sided relationship according to the mythos. That's fair. Okay, so in the original timeline of events, I was going to bring this up before, but I forgot. The original timeline of events was Calliope joins the band. They hang out for a couple months. Then she is hit by a car and dies. Assumably passing on the idol to Grace or someone else. But in this timeline, she's murdered before opportunity strikes. Medusa's potentially involved, but was chasing after Calliope. I still think Pan's not did it, but maybe involved. I don't think Medusa's done it either. Again, said couldn't escape. Yeah, fuck, this is heavy.
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all.
Hephaestus, fucking
We never
hey.
saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back.
Fuck.
Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye.
Jesus.
It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together.
That makes sense.
But now he's all she can think about.
That is the Aphrodite I've heard.
What is my part in all of this? I'll help if I can.
Aphrodite loves drama. She always has. She wants us here to, well, to remember, to celebrate our history.
Okay.
She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
It gets heavier,
I
yeah?
can't
It's
force
a
anyone
fun
to
stream.
do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
I'll do my best. It gets heavier. Well, assuming if it gets heavier, and that was already a lot. I was going to throw out a little content warning. Obviously, we talked about the PTSD that she's clearly suffering from, and that was in the fucking content warnings of the game. We are talking about the Second World War. There's a lot in there. It's going to get fucking worse, as Army has just stated. So let's just be aware of that as we go in.
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
Because, yeah, I
don't know
do
if it will.
want to help.
I just find it hard to believe it could get any worse.
Shit, you're right, you're right.
Famous last words.
Tell me about it. Do whatever you think is right, Grace. And thank you.
Oh, no problem, mate. I'll talk to Apollo while we're waiting. I don't know. He's there, might as well.
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
So... if Hermes... because Hermes is the... like, I'm awful at names, and it's the worst. Hermes is the one that's the quick one who died, and we met a bit ago, and they had only been Hermes for a year. Does that mean that they will have memories of meeting themselves, the former them, and hanging out with them, and then the memory of dying, and then swapping? Huh. Fuck, this is a lot.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but...
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
That would be Pan.
Yeah, fine.
But yes, I feel very much out of place.
Fucking hell.
Why is that exactly? Wouldn't you feel more like you belonged after 1,000 years together?
Is your assumption that all those centuries bring great wisdom?
Don't they?
We get older. We have more to forget. We hold grudges longer, but wiser. No. Not so far.
I mean, maybe.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble. Piece by piece.
Fucking hell.
Only to start all over again. It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
Damn.
I should get back out there.
Wait for Aphrodite. 2 days pass. I wonder who she's gonna bring, who's gonna be the new... Fucking A.
My family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are.
That's reasonable. I appreciate you
here
weren't
she
expecting
is.
it, because she's fucked.
It's lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a loss to us all. I shall miss her dearly.
I don't think
to have come so far, only... No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh! What manners I have. Grace, Grace. Meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus, and yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, hi. Nice to meet you.
We'll both be new at this, huh? Maybe we could get together and compare notes if you,
survive my trial?
Yeah, Lady Aphrodite told me. I shouldn't have brought that up. I'm sorry.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
This is so interesting. Okay, question mark means I can pick the other options.
Are you sure we can't talk first? I really need your help, Aphrodite.
I know you do, my dear. I wish I could be there for you, but I'm afraid my time is up. But since you've shown such kindness in coming, I will ask Eros to make himself available to you afterwards. There's nothing I know that he does not. He is my son, my truest friend, my longest love.
Won't he be a little distracted?
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be done.
Bloody hell. I want to say this, but I also want to say I'm sorry this happened to you, because I'm a kind soul. I want to go this one, because...
I just want to say, I'm really sorry that this happened to you, that you need to do this.
A babe in our dreary world, and yet already possessed of such earnest purpose.
I love her design. It's
Weren't
real
you
fun.
opposed to this, Grace?
Apollo! Oh, you've come after all.
You look remarkably well, cousin.
I've had a great deal of time to prepare. I assure you that would not be the case. As for you, Grace, have you gathered the true purpose of tonight's gathering?
To ease your suffering? To forget about what happened?
And escape into the soothing blackness. To swim in Lethean waters, at least for a time.
Does it help?
I don't know. Each Aphrodite before me begged for mercy. This is all I can do for all of us. Even so, tonight is not about the pain. It is about honoring the memory of what was while that memory still persists. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
Interesting. I want to talk to Venus. I'm intrigued about them. Yeah, Aphrodite is very pretty. Fuck. Okay, it's because I could talk to Venus. Sorry, I got distracted. I looked at the table there, and I'm like, oh, giant magnet. I'm like, no, it's just magnet shaped. It's fine. Interesting. This is like a really fascinating way to do immortality. This is so interesting. Fuck, this game rules. I don't know if I need to talk to Apollo. I think I'm fine. I don't feel the urge to do so.
I want to apologize again, Grace. I really messed up. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
Having second thoughts? If so, now's probably the time to mention it.
I would never do that to Lady Aphrodite. I'm just nervous.
That's understandable.
If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
I'm not sure. It happened so fast, I didn't know what to think. Calliope died, and then all this happened.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
That's fair.
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, like, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like, they were old friends or something.
Interesting.
I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
Huh.
That's it? Just like that.
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
Your name's really Venus, huh?
Everybody asks me that. Even the other idols. Maybe that's why Lady Aphrodite noticed me in the first place. She says it was fated to be. I say it's because my mama was a diehard hippie.
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
Yeah, this isn't... I don't think this is wrong, but I am gonna help.
You probably need to get ready. I shouldn't keep you.
No, this is Lady Aphrodite's big night, not mine.
It'll be yours later, won't it?
Yeah, I guess it will.
Yeah, fucking crazy, yo. Cause yeah, my thoughts going into this is if I can try and sway her to maybe not give up her life, that would be great. I'm not gonna be like, but this is wrong. I'm like, no, look, people cope in a lot of different ways, some good, some bad. I'm gonna try and help in the way that I think is better, but you know, I'm not gonna just be out. I'll talk to I'll see if Apollo's worth it. Cause the option's there.
Back again.
I don't know.
I should get back out there.
Fuck yes.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here.
I'll try and sway her.
To this strange new world. This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided. We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong.
Say she will live. Fuck.
Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong.
Fuck. There's only one option that would say she'll live. I want to go green, 'cause that's the heart. don't know. Because I don't think Blue's the answer here. I don't think Brains is going to get her out of it. This is an emotion. This is raw. I don't think like being defiant is going to work either. I feel like it's going to be too aggressive.
We had revelry and rebirth, a family all together, till 13 million marching men cut us down forever. But Brother Ares made it happen, joined their war without dispute. Now the once mighty immortals are just mud under a boot. We let them take our loved ones, it's what they wanted all along. We thought they were beneath us, we were wrong, we were wrong. Oh, the power of the idols pounds within your chest. But for now I am in mourning for a love gone unexpressed. He was harder than the chisel, I was a horrid block of ice, a winter's chill that stayed until he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemy's enemy, made a secret weapon so my captors let me go. He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory, and this love I'll never know is what he gave to me.
Okay, is this the end of the song? Because Ami said in the comments, until the exclamation marks appear in the center, you decide the song. Right, no, that's the bigger thing in the center. I don't think, again, that's not the way you want to go. She's so sorry. I want to say this is pointless. But that's still so much. It's so high. It's so defiant. But I think we need to be a little bit more defiant so we can actually understand where we are leaning in the song. It's not the end. I figured I clocked it after I said it. Fuck it.
I gotta say that I'm amazed I held my tongue for so long.
Jesus,
Not
oh
such
no.
a fan of this old plan, but who's to say that you're wrong? Now shoulda gotta erase a memory when there's no chance of changing history. This guy that sacrificed his life so you can live in his place. Wish he'd drop by, cause man, I'd die to see the look on his face. You try to hide from your reality, but then come back with regularity. And if you notice a disparity, then what's the meaning of his legacy?
Fuck.
Who gives a damn about your suffering? Who wants to see you be yourself again? Who feels your pain in case you're wondering? You got the time, but it's the stuttering. Everybody wants to see you fall in love.
This is what we do now that morons moralize. They beat through their mouths, how could they sympathize? Please, just shut it, or rain down from above, hate flooded into the drains. I feel nothing of love, only the fear of the chains. Over long long forgotten stains. It's not my blood inside these veins. Only human remains calling forth. Everybody knows my pain is insurmountable. Everybody fights your attitude detestable. Everybody wants to hold themselves accountable. Everybody have you something more suggestible.
Everybody wants to see you fall in love. I never thought you'd let it get this way. I stood by watching what we've built decay. We're just pretending that the ending is near. Mother, isn't it clear? Your family's here. Everybody can see the agony you're going through. Everybody knows the goddess is inside of you. Everybody keeps repeating what they're meant to do. Everybody, I've got to stop it just to prove to you. Everybody wants to see you fall in love.
Everybody who's gonna help me overcome the war. Everybody who's gonna be there when I'm on the floor. Everybody who's gonna cry when I walk out the door. Everybody, 'cause I'm not gonna do this anymore. Everybody wants to see you, wants to see you fall in love again.
It's bad for Venus, but in a different way. That's complicated shit. I think I did the right approach there, which I'm very happy with. I'm very happy with how that went. Green, 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 then
Mother,
roll
is it
red.
true? You've chosen to...
Live. I have chosen to live. I'm so sorry, Venus. I made you so many promises, dearest, and I won't be able to keep them.
My lady, all I ever wanted was for you to be happy. If this is your wish, I'll be with you at every step.
That's so nice.
I as well. Always.
I hope none of us regret this choice in the days to come. But thank you.
This is the only way you'll get through it. Together, as a family.
If there's any chance, Mother, any at all, this is it.
This is really nice. This is
I
lovely.
know, my loves. I hope you're right. Now then, Grace. You needed my help. No doubt regarding Calliope's death. Have you any suspicions as to who might be responsible?
Oh, fuck.
I'm not sure. Calliope was attacked at the reliquary, so it had to be someone who had access.
So that's where she went.
Calliope came to see us that night. She was agitated, frightened even, but she wouldn't explain why.
She said she had a plan. That must have been the reliquary.
No, we figured she knew it was coming. That's fine. Why wasn't this mentioned? What kind of plan?
A plan? A plan for what? What could she find at the reliquary that would help her?
Maybe she wanted a weapon. Something to defend herself with.
But she got inside and didn't take anything.
How odd. Hecate must be beside herself with annoyance.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I can't offer much help, Grace. Few have access to the reliquary. I certainly do not, and I don't know who does. If Medusa was there, I'd ask her why and how. There are always motives lurking within her motives.
Come now, Mother. It's time you rested.
Yeah, that's
It's been a long night.
reasonable. Fucking A.
If I don't, I suppose you'll both gang up on me again. Very well.
I wouldn't mind seeing the alternate take on this. If you went all... If we all agree with that song and she does, you know, die and pass it on.
So, did they have anything helpful? Medusa. That's a rather dark name to unearth. Are you thinking of seeking her out?
I have to. How else will I find out what she knows?
You need to be careful, Grace. Medusa is not to be toyed
Hush
with. Athena
posh.
employs her as a spy master, a hound to do her bidding, a vicious
Oh
hound
my
at that.
god, she's gotta be
Athena's
lovely.
not likely to tell either of us where to find Medusa. I can't say for certain who would know. Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
What you said earlier about Calliope's memories coming back.
That wasn't how I wanted you to find out. I'm sorry.
That's...
If I might suggest, speak with Persephone about it when you get a chance. It might be good for you.
You think she could help? Persephone?
Persephone and I have our problems, but I can't deny she is insightful. She'll surprise you.
Yeah, she's who I'm going to
I
next.
might do that.
And Freddy.
Thanks.
How are things with Persephone? Is she helping as much as you thought?
I like her.
Yeah, I kind of like her. Way more than I thought I would. Why?
All I mean to ask is, has she said anything?
About...
No. Never mind. It's none of my business. Please forget I asked. Give my regards to Persephone when you see her.
Oh, we just go straight to. I didn't even have the choice.
Apollo.
Fair enough.
So dramatic. And well done, by the way. You may be the very first person ever to talk sense into Aphrodite.
Shit.
I still don't know if I did the right thing.
Well, it was never up to you, Grace. The choice has always been Aphrodite's. Look at it this way.
Well.
At least she has a chance now. Whether she uses it, we'll see.
That's true.
I remember the last time I passed on my Eidolon. 1952. I was married to, well, I'd say you'd call him a gangster. More of a thug. A mean, vicious little thug. Persephone saved me from him. Tore his head clean off.
Fuck yes.
But not before he fired a shotgun into her chest. My chest? Whatever.
Do you remember who you were before?
I still am her. Chastity, that is. You can see why I switched names. I remember being disgusted I was ever that weak. Persephone made me strong. But it never really goes away. We all have our sordid history, our personal horrors, building up like sediment around our souls. You can't let it bury you, Grace. You are the only one who can keep your head afloat.
So the worst part is I'm flirting with two people at the same time, and I feel bad. But no.
You're incredible. You know that?
I have to go
There's
off my
no need to be
instinct.
facetious, Grace.
No, really.
I am incredible. It's true. It's good that you recognize this.
Fuck.
Okay, I take it back.
Oh, you can't take it back, Grace. I would have thought you'd learned that by now.
Ooh, a song. Wait, that was a very important moment, I think.
After centuries of cruel injustice, everybody working against me, every idol but for one, violent with apathy.
Interesting.
We couldn't reach a resolution, but you and
Gods like me don't have too much to hope for. The rules been fixed throughout the ages. So I have forged a daring path. I would like to make some changes. You see, we can win a revolution, you and I, you and I. I'm queen of the underworld, and you, Grace, you.
Fuck, I don't know. See your heart.
You're lost, little girl. The
Whoa.
first time we met, you called me that. And now I understand. Show it or not, I see your heart.
You've got one big mouth on you, don't you? Yet it's me who's closing in. Think I like that mouth on you, won't you? You've overstayed your welcome.
No!
Time to go home.
No! Fuck!
Get out of here, Grace.
What? No! Huh? Ah! 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 No! Fuck! I mean, I don't think it was gonna happen either way, given how that ended, and I think I did really well. Fucking hell! No! We're talking the. Man, yeah, we.
Hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse? Miss Muse.
I love that name. That's cute and
Oh,
fun.
does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having.
Well, I stopped the goddess of love from killing herself, I guess.
Whoa. Do gods have interventions? You know, they're nothing like I thought they would be.
Yeah, that.
Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Not just yet, no.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
Okay, so yes, I know it would have gone like that either way, but fuck, we were so close. God damn it. Oh, fuck.
What are Kaz and Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
No, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
What for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Grace, you do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just some giant beanbag things?
Then where is Kaz
Yeah, it's cute. They'll tell us when they're ready. But right now, it's best just to not mix them up in this.
I love that. That is just happening in the background. I love that. It's fucking great.
I should really apologize about the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could spit.
You know what I mean. Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Aww.
Well, as I see it, there are two ways this goes down. One, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we did for a while before I founded a cult in your name. Or two, we get back to it, and the band now has the Muse as its lead singer. Edge of Elysium becomes the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
Yeah.
Ugh, I still really hate that name.
Look, Grace, you can't be the source of all the drama and name the band, okay? That's the rule.
Fair enough.
You know what I find weird? That the idols have managed to remain completely secret all these years. Sure, they have magic and whatnot, but in all this time, nobody's found them out? Athena is that good?
Who says nobody has found them out? The way I see it, it's like UFOs.
Yeah, I was thinking like that.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs exist and that governments have covered it up and people still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine
Freddy's
the
great.
headline. Greek gods exist and are living among us. What website would even run that?
Weird conspiracy ones. Yeah, you're right. Exactly how much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddy?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today. Or who they ever were, maybe.
Yeah.
Still might be useful. There's gotta be some truth to those stories, right?
Maybe. Who do you want to hear about?
I mean, I would have said Medusa, but fuck it, I'm gonna go for all of them.
Do you know anything about the Muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9. Though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3. Each of the muses had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She inspired the Odyssey.
Huh.
Wow. I don't even like poetry.
Yeah, it was said her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
Probably.
No, but she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into magpies, so there's that.
What?
What about Athena? Is she really supposed to be the goddess of wisdom?
Sure, but mostly that's meant as tactical knowledge.
Yeah, I was thinking
Athena
that.
wasn't all sweetness and light. She was a warrior goddess. She was also the goddess of heroes. There are loads of stories where Athena helps guys like Odysseus or Jason or Perseus.
No female heroes back in those days?
Yeah, guess not. Women were the weaker sex, which maybe is why Athena was portrayed as being vindictive. She cursed Medusa, one of her own priestesses. She turned people into spiders, struck them blind, started the Trojan War. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Not being as wise as advertised is on brand for her then. Just how many of these gods are there? From what I've heard, lots of idols live around here.
Well, there are tons of minor gods in Greek mythology, hundreds even, depending on how you define them. Oddly, there's never any mention of the word idols in relation to them. Maybe it's like how people worshipped idols?
I sort of assumed it was related to the eidolon.
Which is a Greek word, but I think it means ghost. An image of someone after they die.
Huh.
Makes sense.
Me? I'm more amazed at all the big names missing. Not just Zeus and Hades, most of the Olympians seem to be gone. Makes you think about what's been lost. But also,
Yeah, I was
what might
wondering
still
about
be out there.
Zeus. I mean, look, if one of the gods was to be slain by other gods or mortals, then that makes sense. Like, that's like out of all of them, I'm like, nah, that's the most kind of reasonable just to get axed.
What about Apollo?
Okay, so the prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses, kind of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those days.
Well, he was also a giant horn dog, Grace. I can list off like a dozen men and women Apollo has had as lovers, and there's probably more.
Weren't they all like that, though?
I mean, Apollo's no Zeus. He never assaulted anyone as a swan. And no, they aren't all like that. Our sun god had a reputation.
Tell me what you know about Persephone.
Honestly,
Is she a great kisser?
She's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of Hades, or both.
And that's it? She was kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Pretty much. Her mother was so angry, she created winter. But otherwise, Persephone was just your average sweet and virginal fertility goddess.
You're right, that doesn't sound like her at all.
Must be hard to be defined by this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago. I'd be pissed if everyone thought my story ended there.
Well, she is pretty pissed. That much is true.
You think there might be other gods out there?
Well, there are all those gods the idols say wandered off. We don't know they're dead for sure, right? They could be living it up in Australia. Who would
Represent.
know? Then there are all the other mythologies, hundreds of cultures, each with their own pantheon. So what's so special about the Greeks? That only their gods are real, right? All those other pantheons could be living in secrecy, just like the idols. And that means they're hidden from each other, too. Oh, they could be everywhere and no one would know.
It's like a whole other secret side to the world.
That's cool, right? I hope I get to meet Ganesha one day. Or maybe Lakshmi?
That would be so fun. That would be so fucking fun. Like, it's like, yeah, Buglugs 2 here. It's like, well, I'm an idol of this one. Well, I'm an idol of this. Of like this entire different pantheon. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. What the fuck? Huh? Huh?
You said Pan was some kind of lust god, right?
Yeah, kind of. Pan's a god of the wild, and I guess that translates into a sort of lustfulness and earthiness, humping nymphs in the forest sort of thing.
And you don't like him?
Honestly, he's exactly what I'd expect him to be. All the stories say he's a lech and a beast. The Christians equated him with the devil. Weirdly, he's also the only god who's supposed to have died, though it's never really clear how or why.
Huh.
Anyhow, there's a great statue depicting Pan having sex with a goat. Next time you see him, you gotta ask him about it.
I wonder how much of those stories are true.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm giving you the quick version. There are reams of textbooks out there covering all this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
Really? Nothing definitive?
Yeah, no.
Ancient Greece was 3,000 years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
Okay, that's enough questions for now.
You sure? I can talk all day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddy. Time for more mystery solving.
Okay. I think the next place to go is Medusa's lair. Persephone we'll go back to later. Alright. Go.
This must be the Viper's Nest. Scariest part of town, no sign. Just that one dude glaring at everyone. Well, I'm here now. Just another day in the life of an idol.
Oh, there you
Yes!
are. This place is
Yes!
the worst.
Yes! Yes!
Someone peed on me.
Freddy? What are you doing here?
What, you thought I wouldn't notice you skulking off? You didn't even bring any equipment, Grace.
Fuck yes. Okay. I mean, I need your help on this one, because obviously I want to say the I adore you, because I do. But that's flirting again, and I kind of want to go for Persephone. But no, as soon as she popped around the corner, I was like, no, there's going to be another person's going to pop up behind her. Another person's going to pop up behind her. I hoped Freddy was going to come along for the Medusa trip. I wasn't particularly sure. I don't know. But, fucking A. What should I be doing? I mean, like, fuck it, our friendships can just be flirtatious. This is how friendships are sometimes. And I do adore you, you're great! I don't think this game has a polyamory option. That's a fucking crazy one to do as well. With a mortal and a god. That's fun. It's very, very fun. Yeah. I
Freddy, please tell me you don't think you're some kind of adventurer.
I'm sorry. Are you not about to head into a monster's lair at great
Come
personal
on!
peril? What else would
Medusa's
you call
gotta be
that?
fine.
You're such a
She's
dork.
just gotta be okay.
I
Everyone's
adore
talking
you.
her up to being mean.
Good, because I'm not about to let you wander in there without backup. Who knows? Maybe the stuff I know about Medusa might actually apply. Well, that'd be a switch.
I'm worried though.
Do you think she actually turns people to stone?
Let's hope not, or this could be a short visit. Or a really, really long one.
Yes.
I'm serious.
Perseus used a mirror to reflect Medusa's gaze back at her. Oh, maybe you could use your phone.
It's funny.
You think that would work?
Unless you brought a mirror, Grace, it's all you got.
Okay, I'll bite. What do you know about Medusa?
Well, you know she was human once, right?
She was human once,
and
she was cursed.
she was cursed.
Yep.
Apollo mentioned it, yeah.
Cursed by Athena. Or so one of the stories goes, anyway.
But doesn't she work for Athena?
Hey, don't look at me. My knowledge of this stuff stops at a few thousand years ago.
Fair enough.
She was once human, but she's definitely a monster, right?
Well, no.
Yeah, one of the worst. But, you know, so was the Minotaur.
Asterion said she was scary. I have a feeling she's not like him.
Then I guess you need to be prepared for the possibility that she is as bad as the legends say. Though some of the stories also say that she was wronged by Athena and that what was done to her was an injustice.
And Athena just follows the rules, right? Okay, enough
Yeah.
talking. Time to do this.
You have a plan for how we're getting inside, I hope?
Maybe. You're here to help?
Always.
Then I have a plan.
Okay. Find another entrance. I feel like the other entrance is the one. Freddy is important for a later choice, and you will want to have that choice. Okay, thank you, Army. I do appreciate it. This is why I have clever people playing, because apparently, choose your own adventure games is spooky to me. Okay, I don't think confronting is clever. Distraction's not the worst, but I think finding another entrance is where I want to go.
Nothing in your bag for bashing a lock, I take it?
Oh, no.
I thought this was an adventure, not break and enter.
What do you think adventures are, Freddy?
I still can't believe you can do that. It's like I don't even know you. And is this a good idea? What if Medusa, calls the cops?
As I recall, your big idea was to distract the guy at the front door with firecrackers.
They're legal. And loud.
Do I even want to know what else is in there?
No, it's probably better if you don't.
And there we go. Coming?
Oh, hell yes. I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Time to split up and have a look around.
Okay. Ooh, song already? Wow, that's quick.
What a long day, hiding in the light. Such a long day, dreaming of tonight. This sacred bite. Hello, who's that there? You've messed up my flow. Just get your drink, girl, and take your seat. It's the Muse.
I love the mouth extending.
There are sacred bites, and then there's this sacred bite. So wrong, so right. I'm really gonna hate myself tonight.
I kind of want to fight it though.
Before you start the show, Pan said to say hello. That's what he said to say.
Well, any friend of Pan's is a friend of Pan's.
That's fun.
Okay. I hate to interrupt your flow. There's just some things I need to know. I wish there was another way.
Yes, you do. Now, looking
Whoa. Shit, this isn't good. We're gonna have to fight this. We're gonna have to bring that on. Shit. Fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it.
What'd you say, Grace? You okay, Grace? Where's the game face this time? You are currently experiencing something I like to call the preparation. Any questions or comments? That's right, it is widely known that I can turn folks to stone. But oh, I won't this time. Cause this time I find dine that oozy musy bloods my wine this time. Look into me. Oh, she's looking away. Hey, look
You flipped that hood. Then out came the snakes.
Fight, 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 fight.
Finally, some stakes. Oh, the ice thing. What a difference an actual monster makes. Murdering muses.
helps me relax.
I should sound out Athena about your naughty night snacks. Me and Athena need to touch base. I'll say what I've seen.
I'm getting quite keen to chew off that face. Now look into.
Hey, snake's alive. This is reminding me of Calliope. She saw me in another way. In those fading eyes, was it a look of surprise that I could take her life away? Medusa, what do your eyes see?
What? You're gonna try to frighten me? You didn't kill
Calliope. So you know that it's true that I didn't do it.
No.
Yes, you do know, you know. Does that mean Athena knows?
No. Fine grace, I'll attain.
Just like fate made you, fate played me. Just like
And I won't see what your eyes see when you look at me. Don't look at me.
You think that will hurt me, child? You have not done your homework.
Oh, sorry, just trying to get your attention. Yeah, I've been watching, and I'm willing to bet you can't turn me to stone before I burn your snakes off.
Hey, stand down, Freddy. Let's give Medusa some space.
Yeah, okay. I'm watching her, though.
You ready to talk?
Yeah, no,
Fine,
Medusa's such a
fine.
tragedy.
What exactly is it that you want, pretty muse?
Pretty? Oh, you think I'm pretty? Oh my god.
You were at the reliquary the night Calliope was murdered. I want to know why.
Blast! This is why I didn't tell Lady Athena. I knew it would come back to haunt me. I only followed pretty Calliope to the reliquary. I never spoke to her, never even caught up to her. I swear it.
I do
That's
believe
what
that.
Asterion told us, more or less.
But you were there that night.
Yes, yes, I admit it. Ugh, Lady Athena will have my head. She'll mount it on a pike. Whatever you might think of me, I had no part in the Muse's death. I did not even know she'd been attacked until I saw her fleeing.
You haven't told Athena any of this?
Do I need to light things up again? 'Cause I'll do it.
Athena's not
I
good at the
told her
moment.
Calliope was at the reliquary that night. I did not tell her I was also there.
Why not? Wouldn't Athena find out from Hecate anyway?
I was not thinking clearly. I panicked. Lady Athena barely tolerates my presence as it is. If she thought I was involved in any way, if she even suspected...
Asterion said he caught up with you out in the fog. Is that right?
I thought he was the one who had attacked her. He is a great beast of a creature.
He killed Hecate's cat by accident, but this still seems hard to believe.
Yes, I only realized my mistake once I caught up to him, and by then the muse was gone.
And you never found her afterwards?
I thought she might flee to her pretty home, or to the sharp and prickly Persephone. She did neither.
Yeah, she came to see me. You followed Calliope to the reliquary. Why were you shadowing
Oh
her
yeah,
at all?
no, Medusa's
I am Lady Athena's spy master, yes.
definitely a
Calliope
victim.
has been trouble from time to time.
So you were spying on her?
I keep watch over every idol who no longer lives in Olympus, but especially Calliope.
Interesting.
When I realized she was headed to the reliquary that eve, I followed. I had a duty to Athena.
Did you ever find out why Calliope went there?
I was never close enough to ask. When I drew near to the reliquary, that is when I saw the muse fleeing. She was frightened, bloodied, dying.
Let me guess, that made you hungry.
I gave chase, yes, but to discover the truth. I knew Lady Athena would wish to know.
That does make sense from your perspective.
I didn't learn the truth until later. And then it was far too late.
Why should we believe you? You did just try to eat me, remember?
I believe you anyway.
I
it's
am
whatever's fine.
telling you the truth.
Right, and not at all trying to cover your own ass.
You presented an opportunity. Oh, to taste the sweet, sweet blood of a hero once again.
Yeah, would have been a minute, wouldn't it have?
It's a problem. I've been working on it, I really have.
Uh-huh.
Well, what of Pan? The only reason I knew Calliope was going to the reliquary is because he informed me.
Yeah.
So much for never lying to me.
What were the odds, honestly?
Let's put a pin in that for the moment, shall we?
I am a monster. It's true, I do not deny it. It's still, I did not kill the muse.
Okay, so Pan's like, go to Medusa. Like, we were thinking about going to Medusa anyway. Like, go to Medusa. So we go to Medusa. And Medusa's like, yeah, it's Pan who gave me information. So we go back to Pan, being like, you fuck. And Pan's gonna be like, yeah, well, you know me. A bastard. Speaking of, you want more information, you're gonna have to do another deal for me. Oh my god. So many deals with that guy. Jeez Louise.
Okay, let's say we believe you. For the moment.
Whatever you do, pretty muse, I beg you. Do not tell Athena of my indiscretion. Show mercy.
We'll show mercy, don't worry.
I know what I am horrifies you. It horrifies me as well. I cannot help what I am.
Hey, yeah,
I did
no,
not
that's all
ask to
good.
be cursed like this.
Yeah, of course. Bloody hell.
Indiscretion, huh? That's quite the word for it.
I cannot apologize for my hunger. I can only apologize that I am so very weak.
I'm
in
not
the
upset
face
that she tried to eat us. I'm like, no, I
think
get
about
it.
it.
You had an opportunity. You were
I
trying to strike.
am a lost and cursed thing. No idol. If Lady Athena should learn the truth, I hope you find what you seek, pretty muse. And that we meet again someday. and sing a different song.
Yeah.
He knew. Right from the start, Pan knew Calliope was there that night.
Yeah, and who could have foreseen that he was lying to
Hey,
you the
I'm
entire time?
partnered with you. Oh my
Who,
god.
I ask you, a mystery. Even the Oracle couldn't have penetrated.
Fucking.
Yes, fine. You were right, Freddy. As always.
See, was that so hard? Anyhow, you probably have a few questions for Mr. Goatman. I'll see you at home.
Would you really have tried to burn Medusa's face off? With an aerosol can?
Hell yeah! One hint of googly eyes and...
What would I do without you?
You know, Medusa deserves
You'll never
a
need
hug.
to answer that question, Grace.
Aww. That's sweet. That's lovely. Oh, we just go straight to Pan. Alright, that's fine. Pan, you dickhead.
Oh, if it isn't, the lovely Grace?
You knew. Right from the start, you knew Calliope was there that night.
Well, yes. She asked for the key and I gave it to her, no questions asked.
Key to what?
I told you I didn't know what happened to Calliope, and that's the truth. I did not. So I nudged you in the right direction.
So you were what? Just trying to be helpful? You still aren't telling me something.
I love his
What
fucking
possible
tie.
reason would I have to
Tell me right now.
Yeah, good. We're gonna sing. We'll sing at you.
Medusa learned that Calliope was going to the reliquary because I told her.
Yeah, we know that.
Now,
dickhead.
before you say anything, I had no idea of the fate awaiting our dear muse. And you yourself said Medusa was not responsible. I simply had to know if I'd inadvertently, rather innocently...
Sold her out? She came to you for help, and you gave her whereabouts to the highest bidder.
I am trying to help Grace. In my way.
What do you mean, in my way? What way is that?
Good delivery. Good line delivery. That was great.
The way where I don't take all the blame.
What else will I discover, Pan? I'd rather learn it now than later.
I wish I could tell you, Grace. I truly do.
Why can't you? Huh? Should I? Okay. Should I talk to Persephone again? I want to do that. The story says I should go to Grace's apartment. It's day 5. I think I want to go to Persephone again. 'Cause I want to catch up, talk about the things I've learned. I'm going to do that. Because plot says time to head back home for now. So I'm going to go to Persephone because pretty. And we have information to discuss to work out the murder I am trying to sing my way through. Yep. I'm gonna go to Persephone. Have I even fucked this up?
Back again so soon, Grace? You're practically a regular at
What
the club.
can I say?
Did you end up finding Medusa? Or did she vanish the moment you came near, like she does with every other idol?
She definitely did not vanish. Maybe I better explain what happened.
I knew it. We never should have brought that monster to the New World. Athena is a fool to think Medusa can be controlled. You're fortunate to have made it out in one piece. It could have gone very poorly for you.
Yes. Fuck, I have to go with the flirt option.
You're right. I should have brought you to protect little old defenseless me.
If I'd gone, you would have found nothing more than an empty building, I assure you.
Because you're so big and scary.
I'm glad you appreciate my finer qualities.
At any rate, Medusa might be in the clear. Pan, however, is not.
I don't imagine you've confronted him yet.
He admitted to selling out Calliope, but not to killing her. I don't know if I can believe him.
Nor I. Pan would do anything to save his own skin. Allow me some time to consider our next move. On a different matter, I've had time to do some thinking. After Aphrodite's party, we never really spoke about the Eidolon and Calliope's memories. No doubt you have many questions.
Apollo told me a little about it. He did say I should talk to you, though.
Did he now? Is there anything you'd like to ask?
A lot and everything.
When all these memories start to return, will I feel different?
First, you'll have dreams. Places you've never been, people you've never met. But unlike with normal dreams, these will linger. Then they will come while you're awake. Sudden flashes or snippets of déjà vu. And sometimes it will seem so real you'll swear you're hallucinating. If there's anything difficult about the process, is that it becomes hard to differentiate between your life and all these other lives you're now recalling.
It does sound confusing.
Confusing and often unpleasant, as not all the memories will be fond ones. But that will pass in time.
You said it becomes hard to differentiate your life from the others. How hard, exactly? It'll still be me, right?
Oh, how do I explain this? Grace, would you say that you are who you are because of your experiences? The things you've lived and done?
Yeah.
I guess so, sure.
Well, all the things Calliope has done, and those before her, will now be yours. They will feel like a part of your life as well. Thus, they can't help but shape you. The Grace that is now will be and will have done so much more. Fortunately, you don't have to deal with every memory. Each time the Eidolon passes on, the oldest memories fade, and that helps.
Okay. So that might have been an Aphrodite's plan would have eventually worked. If you keep making all the oldest memories fade, eventually you're going to pass that point, and you're just not going to remember it. But it would have taken a lot. Like, that's like 1,000 people at least. That's so many people to kill. Like, fucking A.
Wait, how is it good that old memories start to fade?
Think of how old we are, Grace. If all those memories returned to you with perfect clarity, they would destroy you.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean you've all forgotten so much?
Well, far more than we remember. The further I think back, the more it becomes a bit of a blur, actually. You'll recall important moments. Some will be mixed up with the stories mortals tell, and you won't be sure which is the memory and which is the story. An idol's memory is a series of islands in a dark ocean, and they become smaller and smaller as they recede into the horizon. It sounds dire, but you become accustomed to it. It just takes time. And now you have all the time in the world.
How many times have you died? Can I ask that?
We call it passing on. I've lost track of just how many times I've passed on my Eidolon. A dozen? It's happened less often in more recent eras.
And the one you told me about, the woman married to that gangster, she was the most recent?
I don't think of Chastity as a she. That was me, just as the one my husband blasted with a shotgun was also me. It was one of the few times I wasn't able to prepare my successor. We were friends, yes, but I didn't know what Persephone was, and I had no idea what I'd just become.
That must have been difficult.
It was more difficult taking over my dead husband's territory. Women weren't often mobsters in those days.
Were you really a gangster? I've heard it said, but it sounds...
Let me put it this way. I felt as if I'd been blessed by a dying woman who saved me from a prison of my own making. I didn't know what I was, but I was free. I felt more alive than I'd ever felt before, and strong enough to toss an ox 10 feet. Did I set out to become a mobster? Not exactly. My husband's friends thought I'd murdered him, however, so they came after me. And one thing led to another.
Oh, I see.
Athena found me just as my memories were starting to return. I wasn't permitted to continue doing something so noticeable, so I was carted off to Olympus. It's too bad, really. I was an excellent mobster.
Wait, you said that Persephone passed on her Eidolon as she lay dying. What if she had just died?
The Eidolon will keep us alive for a time, even in the most horrific circumstances, in hopes that there's someone to pass it on to.
What if there isn't? What if Chastity had died before you were shot?
Well, then the line of Persephone would have ended then and there. Oh, there are some stories that say an Eidolon will go wandering, that it never really dies. And who knows if there's any truth to that. It's not exactly something we've had the opportunity to study. All we know is that many idols have left us forever. They've died, and that's how it happens.
It's a lot to consider. Assuming I'll even have time to worry about it, what with the trial coming.
Either the trial will end poorly, in which case all of this is moot, or it will end well, and you will have plenty of time to digest.
True. Yeah, thanks for the update.
I'm a realist, Grace. It's what I'm best at. Now then, unless you've something else to ask.
Wow, there's a lot more options. Oh, that's a bit of a touchy subject.
I'd like to know a little more about the idols. I am one now, right?
What constitutes a little more in this instance?
Well, what are we? Where did we come from? If an idol is a soul that moves from person to person, it must have started somewhere, right?
Ah, the big question. To which the answer is, nobody knows. I remember the original Persephone only vaguely. Indeed, I'm not even certain she was the original. Was there something before her? How did she get her Eidolon? I couldn't tell you. Evidently, we wrote little down in those early days, or were forbidden to, and our memories only stretch back so far. Anything beyond that simply isn't.
Psst. Isn't it strange to not know where you come from?
Well,
for all you know, the idols could be aliens.
Aliens? Grace, you watch too many movies.
Gods are okay, but aliens are just wacky fiction.
Fine, yes. It is strange. No, our earliest days aren't the only blanks in our memories, however. We have many. And the last was the day Zeus called us all together to tell us Rome had fallen and we should prepare for war. But did that war occur? I couldn't tell you. The last thing I remember after Rome was 1,000 years later, in the 16th century. I was in a different body, feeling as if no time at all had passed.
Huh.
Athena calls that period the gap. And that's what it feels like. All of us experienced it, and not one of us knows why or how.
Fucking crazy.
The gap you mentioned. What was that like? Did you just wake up one day, or...
I wasn't asleep. I lived. I had lives. I passed on my Eidolon. I may have known who I was and what I was, but perhaps I was completely unaware. All I know is that one day, Athena came to my nunnery. Near Trieste, I think. The moment that I saw her, all the old memories came flooding back. My life during the gap was wiped away in an instant, and it never returned. If someone did that to us, they were powerful indeed.
What about Athena? I mean, she's the one who found you, right? She must have been aware.
Athena woke up on her own, or so she claims, and spent the next century rounding up those idols who remained. Zeus, however, was gone. What became of him, what happened in Rome, we've never pieced it together. It's troubling.
Huh.
Tell me more about the war. It seems to have had a huge effect on all of you.
That's putting it mildly.
From Aphrodite's song, I know Ares betrayed everyone. What did you do?
Honestly, after my mother was murdered, I barely remember.
Your mother?
Her name was Demeter. Not truly my mother, but an idol who had always cared for me since the early days. I thought we'd be together forever.
I was wondering about
And
that.
Ares brought those filthy bastards down on us. Demeter was slain by bullets. By bullets. Until that day, I had believed we were untouchable.
Crazy.
I'm so sorry. That must have been hard to lose her like that.
I watched her fall, heard her scream. I would have run to her, but I was pulled away to safety. By Hermes, I think. Whatever was left of the old Persephone, the innocent girl with the long hair who loved her gardens. She died with Demeter that day.
Fair.
After that, I don't know.
That makes sense.
We went from hiding place to hiding place. I didn't even know what Hephaestus had done for us when I found myself on a boat. We might have been gods once, but after the war, we were just refugees, like so many others, fleeing to a distant land.
Was it hard for the idols to come to the new world? It's just a place like any other, isn't it?
Well, it wasn't the place that was hard, it was the fear. We knew we were vulnerable. We knew mortals could and would kill us. Suddenly, there were rules. We had to be secret. We had to stay close together. We huddled in the shadows and quaked each time the mortals so much as breathed in our direction. We couldn't all live that way. Some of us drifted away, faded into the night without so much as an explanation. That's what's been the hard part. Our inevitable decline in a place where we don't belong. We can pass on our eidolons as often as we like, but it will never truly be home.
Tell me more about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
We were.
And
if you had told me a decade ago that I would become close to one of the muses, I would have laughed in your face. I always considered them Apollo's creatures. Calliope, Clio, and Talia. Vapid, frivolous gods who handed off their eidolon to any artist who took their fancy. Every time I met one of them, they were someone else. Apollo called them the Sisters of Beauty, no matter their gender. Can you imagine that? That's such a stupid name.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. Do idols change gender a lot?
Well, we tend to seek out successors like ourselves, but it happens. With the muses, it happened frequently. Everywhere Apollo went, they surrounded him like a gaggle of ducklings, just like him to gather his own fans.
If you disliked the muses so much, how did you end up becoming friends with Calliope?
Well, she sought me out. She'd become more and more unhappy on Olympus, so she decided to leave just as I had, long before. Calliope asked for my help, and I laughed in her face. Go ask one of your sycophant mortals, I told her. I mean, surely one of them has some threadbare couch you can sleep on.
Wow.
Typically, she was undeterred. She didn't just want a place to stay. She said she wanted to learn how to be truly independent from an idol who had mastered it. What can I say? I mean, I am a sucker for a well-timed compliment. I took her in.
Duly noted.
Apollo was furious. He and Calliope were barely speaking, but he was certain she'd come crawling back to Olympus. Oh, it made taking her in all the sweeter.
After you took Calliope in, that's when you became friends?
No, not right away. I wasn't looking for a friend. What I was looking for was an opening act in the club. Calliope entertained here for years, and then eventually turned from performing to attracting new acts. She was in her element. She and I, we warmed up to each other eventually. She was more capable than I expected, and I adored her furious rants.
Calliope didn't seem like the furious type when I met her. That's hard to picture.
Oh, then you didn't really meet her. She was an idealist, and nobody could ever quite live up to her standards for very long. Her brothers and sisters, least of all. The idols needed to change, she said. They were withering away in the shadows, diminished and unwilling to save their own skins. When I joined the chorus, she expected me to change everything, as if I could single-handedly override Athena. I was to be her champion, and together we would bring revolution to the idols. Well, I was yet another disappointment. She left the club, but I gave her a place to live. We were supposed to stay in touch, but you know how it went from there.
What happened to the other muses? You mentioned 2 others. Were they lost in the war?
One of them was, though not like you think. The day we were to leave on the ship, Talia simply never showed up.
Do you know what happened to her?
We never heard from her again. Apollo thrashed about in mourning, but Talia had been fading away for years. It wasn't a surprise to the rest of us.
What about the other muse, Cleo?
Died long before. A victim at the hands of a mortal man, when she no longer possessed the power to bedazzle him. As I understand it, he kept her in a cage as a pet until her eidolon shriveled up and perished. He was dead before she was.
Fucking hell.
Ugh, that's pretty dark.
Yes, well, we come by our wariness of mortals honestly, Grace.
I wanna ask, but that's so fuck
Are you
it.
willing to talk about Hades? If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm just...
Incredibly curious how I ended up murdering my husband?
Yes. Yeah.
That, yeah.
You know, one might think that my hatred of Hades began when he kidnapped me and forced me to be his bride. But honestly, that wasn't it. I hated my brothers and sisters for letting it happen, but Hades himself terrified me. He had a presence. One that forever made him the most important man in the room. And me? Oh, I was nothing in comparison. When Hades began doting on me, trying to earn my favor, I swooned that he might deign to think of me that way. For centuries, I actually thought I was in love, that the kidnapping was the best thing that ever happened to me. It's funny how our perspectives change.
If you got along with Hades for so long, what changed?
I did. I grew up. I was a trophy for Hades. A conquest that he expected to remain meek and unchanging forever. He went out of his way to keep me small. I slowly realized that, he'd always been that way. Manipulation and arrogance behind the handsome sneer. We battled for centuries. I hated him, and I told him so, but he refused to part with me. He declared that I was his and would stay in the underworld where I belonged.
Fucking hell.
And that's when you killed him?
That's when I killed him, yes. The first time one idol had ever murdered another. Thank you very much.
Flirt button.
I'm guessing the other idols weren't thrilled with you killing Hades.
Well, yeah, they didn't know what to do with me. And Athena was furious that the most powerful remaining idol had been lost. See, this was before the war and before all the new rules. The chorus had never once contemplated execution, but they certainly considered it then. In the end, they decided it was better to humiliate me. They ensured I did not benefit from Hades' murder, and stripped the throne I had wrested from his grasp.
Which you weren't happy about.
I asked them where they were all those years while I pleaded for help. I was held captive, and what was I expected to do? What, lie down and take it forever because Hades was more useful to them alive? No. I stopped doing what was expected of me the day I slit his throat. May he rot in Tartarus with the Titans for all eternity.
How did you go from ruling the underworld to opening a nightclub named after it?
After this,
I won it in a bet with Dionysus, god of merriment.
Okay, there has to be a story there.
Well, the story is that he was a fool, but a charming one with many patrons. They built him a nightclub as his personal playground. And it was a grand old time for Dionysus in the 1970s.
That makes sense.
He didn't know how to run a business. By the time Disco was ready to die, so was his stupid club. So I offered to make it profitable. If I succeeded, he would turn ownership over to me. He accepted because, frankly, all he wanted to do was drink anyhow. I was successful. The club became mine, and I kicked Dionysus out for never paying his tab.
Sucks to be him.
Funny, very funny.
Dionysus ever sobers up, he might decide to be sore about it, but so far, that hasn't happened.
What's the deal between you and Apollo? The way you two fight.
I've told you how he and the other idols stood by and let me rot with Hades, did I not?
It seems more personal than that.
Okay, there's an old saying that no one escapes the underworld. But that's not true. I did. Once. Not long after Hades kidnapped me. I was homesick, and I missed my mother. Charon took pity on me and allowed me across the Styx. And after that, Grace, I waded through darkness itself to get out of there. Hades chased after me relentlessly, but I evaded him, right up until I got to the very slopes of Olympus. And who do you suppose was the first idol I met?
Uh-oh.
Apollo stood there. I cried out to him, begging him not to let Hades take me, and yet Apollo did as he has always done. Absolutely nothing. Hades was thrilled, and I knew then and there I could never rely on my so-called family for anything, ever again.
That's all I can think of for now.
Damn.
I'll see you around?
Oh yes, that's where I'll be. Around.
Alright, to let my computer rest and to have a nice time. Freddy, Calliope, good information about everyone. Enemies, Aphrodite, Apollo, Athena, Persephone, Pan, Ergos, Hecate, Minotaur, Medusa, which has got such a great design. We love that. It's so cool. I love this face. And yes, no, I'll probably end stream here to give my computer a break, and it's so warm. I should have more food and just go out of my room. It's very warm.